Everyone, today you will learn how to use a calculator and how to check your answers in exam and in your tests. Alright, so let's begin. So you can see the calculator here. For example, whenever you check the menu, and then you can see the different functions are there. So it's first is calculate, and then complex and base n, and then you have the matrices and vectors. For example, if I select the statistics, which is 6, all right, so you can see few functions there. For example, if I press 3 over there, so you can see a table x and y. For example, you have to reset your calculator. So what do? You just press shift and then 9, and then write down initialize all, which is 3. Just go with the process whatever it's written, and then equals to, and then press AC, and then you can see your calculator is normal. I'm again repeating the same thing. For example, your calculator is not normal, and you have fixed something, or you have done it's giving in the form of the decimal places, it's rounded off numbers, and you want to do your calculator reset. So how to use the calculator? For example, you got a spreadsheet and you want to go to normals, and then you press shift and then 9, sorry, you press shift and then 9, and then press 3, which is initialize all, and then equals, and then AC. I hope you understood how to reset the calculator. Now, sometime it happens that you need to find out in index form any number. So we use the prime factors, and we can use it in whenever we simplify the surds also. It is you can take help of it. So what do if I have to find out 140 in index form, or we are using the prime factorization and we don't have any time, or in the last if you are checking? So what do? You just press 140 and then equals, and then shift and this button, then you will get 2 square into 5 into 7. So this is the prime factor of 140. For example, if I want to know what is 125, you know this number, so which is 5 cubed. So 125 and then equals, and then shift and then press this button, that you can see it's 5 cubed. So that is the prime factors question. You can quickly do it if your calculator, if you are going to check your answer. All right, so the next thing is angle unit. Whenever you do trigonometry like sine of 90, cos 50, whatever, so and you are using in angle unit is degrees, and don't just check it, because it can be in radian also, so then your answer will be wrong. However, you use the correct formula. All right, so what to do? For example, you are going to just check your calculator is in which mode, or you're fixing your calculator in degree mode. Then what happens? You press shift and then go to menu, and then afterwards you can see the angle unit is at 2. Okay, so press 2. You have 3 options: degree, radian, gradient. So obviously you'll be using degrees, so press 1, and then your calculator is in degree mode. You can check sine 90 is 1, so sine 90, and please that you have to close the bracket also, and then equals to 1. So it means your calculator is in degree mode. And if you want to do in radian mode, then press 2. I'm again telling you. Then what do? Shift, and then you go to the menu, and then afterwards you see that the angle unit is at 2, so press 2, and it is the 3 options are there. Usually in mensuration, what do? If sine, cos, tan we are using, we use the degree mode. So press 1, and then your calculator is in degree mode. And you can check also that your whenever you just check that at the top it is D written, so that means it is in degree mode. All right, so the next thing is rounding off. For example, you get a question in which the question says round off your answer to 4 decimal places, or you have 1 decimal place, and you just wanted to check your answer. All right, you must know how to round off. So what do? you just go to the shift and then go to menu, and you can see the angle unit which we have done in the previous part. All right, so the number format is at 3, so press 3, and then they're asking you to fix the scientific notation or normal. All right, so you are just pressing 1, and then they ask you 0 to 9 how many decimal places you want. So for example, you want to 4 decimal places, so you press 4, and now your calculator is fixed for 4 decimal places. So let's check is it or not. So like for example, 3.6 multiplied by 5.23. so let's check how many decimal places your answer is coming. So 18.8280, the answer is coming for 4 decimal places. All right, so let's check this answer. For example, this question is, so normally what happens if you're just checking that what is the answer coming for 3.6 times 5.23, and then 0.23, and then you're getting this answer which is coming only 3 decimal places, but whenever you round it off to this one you got 18.820. all right, so your calculator is already fixed to 4 decimal places, and what you want to get back to the normal. all right, so you can either reset your calculator and come to the normal. So you can make it if it is fixed to 4 decimal places. So do the same thing, that is shift and then menu, and then come to 3, and then 3 because normal is at 3, and then write down 1. So that is coming to normal. Or you know how to reset your calculator, then you can reset your calculator also to come back to normal. Now in significant figure, now rounding off to significant figure, so do the same thing. So what do you do? And again, I made it normal. Now shift and then go to menu, and then 3 is the number format, and then you write just 2, just press 2 to make it into significant figure. So that is 2. All right, so if it is, they're asking to 0 to 9. For example, if I'm just writing down like 1, and then what happened, 3.6 into 5.23, and then you can see your number is coming to one significant figure, which is 2 times 10 to the power 1. all right, 3.6 into 5.23, it 2 into 10 to the power 1, because it's 20, and you can see this number is 18, actually 18.820. Whenever we round off to 2 significant figure, that is coming 2 into 10 to the power 1. If the same number, you can do it for 2 significant figure also, and whatever you want. So I just told you for this angle unit was there in the same, and then you had the rounding off to the decimal places and the significant figures and the normal also. So all these operations you have understood in this. All right, the next thing is solution of linear equations. For example, 3 plus 2x equals to 5. It's very simple, and it's very easy to do it. But if you want to check your answer is correct, you can input the number, or you can press just press and then write the equation. Like for example, I've taken 3 plus 2x equals to 5. 3 plus 2, this is x, equals to, for equals to you press this is alpha, and then this button equals. all right, and then write down 5. For finding out the answer, you'll have to do shift solve, shift and then this button solve. You got x equals to 1. When you put x equals to 1, like 3 plus 2 times 1, that is equals to 5. Let's take another question. Like for example, if you are getting you have this equation, x upon 2, this button you will press. I'm again telling you this button, okay? That is x upon 2, and then x upon 2, and then come up, plus 4 over 5, okay? 4 upon 5, and then you have to press equals alpha and then this button. Okay, oh sorry, wait, do it again. X upon 2, and then plus 4 over 5, and then come up, and then equals, and that is equals to 2, and then write down shift solve. It will give you the previous answer, and then you just press equal. It's giving you 2.4. So 2.4 is the accurate answer for this question. Alright. So just check this answer that we are doing it correct or not. In place of x I am putting 2.4. So that is 2.4 upon 2 in the main equation, and then plus 4 upon 5. 4 upon 5, and then equals to 2. You can see that it's verified. All right. Another thing is simultaneous linear equations solution. So what do? For this one, you press this menu, and then you can see different functions. Come down and check spreadsheet, and then you have a table. After table you will have equations. So press equals to add equations, and then they ask you simultaneous equations or polynomial. So you press 1 for the polynomial, and then 2, for example, you have two unknowns like x and y, and press 2, and then you get this table. So first of all, the coefficient of x and then y, and then equals to a constant number. Here you have the first equation. 3 is the coefficient, equals 4 is the coefficient, equals, and then 2 is in the last, equals. I'm talking about this equation. All right, then come down, you have 3 equals minus 2 equals, and then 12, then press equals, again equals. You get the first answer. X is equals to 26 over 9. If you want in decimal places, then you press this SD button, and then equals. You get the other answer. Y is equals to minus 5 over 3, and in decimal places it is minus 1.666. If you want to go back to the normal, then you can reset the calculator, or you can press menu and then 1, go back to the calculation. This is math 1. All right, so take another equation and then find out your answer. I'm writing down the steps also here for this one, that it will be easier for you to find your answer. For example, if we are going to for example, just press menu, that is menu, and go to the 10th button. Like go further, after the, go down 7, 8, 9, and then 10th. After equations, at the 10th you will get equations or polynomial, and then press equals. Okay, after equals you can see simultaneous equation is at 1. So press 1, and then select the 2 or 4 unknowns. We have 2 unknowns, which is x and y. Press 2, and then you get this one. Now you put the coefficients. Just take another equation. I took another example, that is 2x plus y equals to 12, and 3x is equals to 56 plus 2y. You have to rearrange the second equation. The first equation is the same, 2x plus y is equals to 12, and then you can have 3x minus 2y equals to 56. For this one, you will have to press 2 for x, 1 for y, 12 for the constant, 3 for x, minus 2 for y, and 56 for the constant. All right, now we are doing it. Then this is 2 equals, and then 1 equals, and then 12. If nothing is there as a number, so you press 0. For example, y is not there, so in place of y you press 0 as the coefficient. Here y is there, that's why you press 1 if no coefficient is there, and then equals. Go back to the second equation. 3 equals minus 2, all right, equals, and then 56 equals, and then again equals. The first answer is 80 over 7, and the next answer, you know how to write in the decimal one, this, and then again press equal. That is the second answer for x. For y, okay, So that is the way you can find the simultaneous linear equations. You can check your answer, and after all the steps you can check your answer that are they correct or not. Now let's take the quadratic equations now. Alright, so solutions of quadratic equations. I took an example. You just do the same thing as you have done in the simultaneous equation. Press menu and come down. Go to the equations. After the table you have equation, press equals, and then now this time you go to the polynomial, which is 2. Press 2, and then they are asking you 2 to 4 how much degree it is. So quadratic equation, the degree is 2. Alright, so that's why you are just writing down 2. You have two unknowns here. So the coefficient of x square, here also you do the same thing. Coefficient of x square is 1, coefficient of x is -5, and the constant is 6. Remember, it should be equals to 0, and everything is arranged in order. Then x square, x and the constant, and then equals to 0, and then you get the right answer. So the first is 1 equals, and then -5, and then equals, and then 6, and then equals, and then again equal. You can see the first answer, x is equals to 3, and x is equals to 2 is the second answer. Here in this you can get the minimum or maximum value also. So here we will have the minimum value because the graph will open upwards. So equals, and then the minimum value of x is 5/2, and its the y coordinate is -1/4. Okay, this is the way you can find out the solution of quadratic equations, and then you can find out the minimum or the maximum value also. Let's take another example of the same quadratic equations. Alright, for example, another equation is 6x square minus 10x plus 3 equals to 0. So the coefficient of x square is 6, so 6 equals, and then minus 10, just wait. So this is 6 equals minus 10 equals, and then 3 equals, and then again equals. So whenever you don't have the factors, you can do the first one by factorization also, but this question you will do by quadratic formula. The first answer is 5 plus square root 7/6. You can find out in decimal, and the second answer is 5 minus square root 7/6. You can find out by x equals to minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac/2a. Then you will get the same answer, and then you will have the minimum value is 5/6 for x, and the other coordinate y is -7/6. Alright, so that was the solution of quadratic equation. The next is solution of cubic equation. Mostly ADMAT students they solve the cubic equations as well. So I took a question, x cube plus 9x square minus 12x minus 20. So you will have 3 roots of the equation. So let's check. You just do the same thing. Go to menu and then go to the equations. Alright, so equation is there, equals, and then polynomial is 2, and then 2 to 4, it is a cubic equation, so you press 3, and then now you are going to just put the numbers over there. That is 1 is the coefficient, and 9 is the coefficient, minus 12 and minus 20. Okay, so you press 1 equals, and then 9 equals, and then minus 12, and then you press equals, and then minus 20, and then press equals, and then again equals. You get the first answer is minus 10. The equals press, the second answer is 2, and then equals, and then minus 1. If you substitute one by one these values, it will give you 0 in place of x. If there is, like for example, a constant is missing, to write down 0 for that. If the x square is missing, so for the coefficient of x square you put 0 for that. Okay, so that was the solution of cubic equations. I told you how to reset your calculator, or you just press mode and then 1 also, so you will come out from that applications. So please, for everyone, like for example, we are going to quadratic to cubic, so then change it, okay, and reset your calculator. Alright, the next is the quadratic inequality, solution of quadratic inequality, which is in ADMATS. So for example, I took an equation 2x square plus 5x minus 3. So in this, what do? You just press, just see menu, and then this button. Alright, so what do? You just go to the menu and then this button, and then they are asking you how many degrees you want. So it's a quadratic, so you just press 2. Now see, we'll have this less than equals to 0 in the question. So just select in 1 it is greater than 0, it then less than 0, then greater than equals to 0, then less than equals to 0. So for this question you press 4. Alright, so the coefficients are 2, 5 and minus 3. So 2 equals 5 equals minus 3 equals, remember it's 0 should be there, like in your other equations also. In the equations the 0 must be there on the other side. Okay, then equals, you will have this range. Minus 3 is less than equals to x is less than equals to half. I'm again telling you what you do for this one. So I'm just resetting it. Now look in front. For example, you have, I'm just taking another question. For example, this is another question, this one, and we are going to solve it. Okay, just press menu and then this button, and it's a quadratic. Choose that wherever it is greater than equals to 0, so it's at 3. So press 3. You get this option. So the coefficient of x square is 1 equals, and then the coefficient of x is 3 equals, no constant. So you just press 0 equals, and then press again equals. So this is this answer you're getting, that x is less than equals to 3 or x is greater than equals to 0. So this way you can write your answer. Alright, I hope you understood. The next thing is finding time in hours, minutes and seconds. Sometimes it happens we do the question of distance, time and speed, and the time comes, for example, 7.41 hours. Alright, and they're asking us to give our answer in time in hours, minutes and seconds. So what do you do for that? 7.41 and then press this button, and then equals to, you are getting 7 hours 24 minutes and 36 seconds. 7 hours 24 minutes and 36 seconds for this question. Alright. Alright, so table for the graphs is the next thing. For example, you have to draw a graph and the table is not given. Mostly they give you the whole table and ask you to fill just 1 or 2 values, so that is easy, you substitute. But if you have to make the whole table, then what do? Just go to the menu and then go to the table. You can see that it's before the equation, then press equals and then write down the equation, that is x square, okay, plus 5x, that is plus 5 and then x and then plus 6. This is your equation. You're just making one table. They'll ask you the other option also, press equals and go to the table range. Then they are asking you to make at like minus 3 to 3. It means you need to know minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2 and 3, like this. Okay, so what do? You are starting from minus 3 the range and ending at 3. If you and equals and then ending at 3 and then again equals. If you want the one number difference, then 1 is okay. If you want 2 numbers difference, or if you want 0.5 numbers difference, so it will give you minus 3, minus 2.5, minus 2, minus 2.5. I'm just keeping 1 is this step, so all the numbers will be there. Then equals, then you can see at minus 3 it's coming 0 value of y, minus 2 it's coming 0, minus 1 is 2, 0 and 6, and then with this button comes 0, 6 and then 112 and then 220 and then 330. So we will get all the numbers. So this way you can make the table either for any type of equations, if it is like quadratic, cubic and the exponential type of and reciprocal, whatever, you can make the table. For example, for the same question, there is a part that find out the slope at x equals to minus 1. Okay, for the same equations, you know that it comes in the paper. Then what do? You go to differentiate or find out the derivative of the equation or with the help of the calculator. So what do? You just press shift and this d upon dx, this button, and then write down the equation x, and then you had square plus 5 x and then plus 6. And then afterwards come out and write down where they're asking you to find the slope. They're asking you to find the slope at -1. So write down -1. Equals means it's a correct slope is 3. You just, whenever you just make the tangent at x is equals to, for example, you have this equation and x equals to -1. Whenever you draw the graph, and then what do? You make the tangents over there, and then the answer will be equals to +3. All right, like this. The answer will be equals to +3. You just take few. That is not the way. It's just to check the answer. All right, so you find out. I'm again telling you, what do? You just press shift and then differentiate it. I'm writing down here, shift and then dy upon dx. Write equation, you will get this type of thing, and then x equals to what, and then what do? You write equation here and write down the value wherever they're asking you to find the gradient. Okay, so this way you can have it's easy also to check your answer, and your answer should be very closer to this answer, then you can get the full marks for this question. The next thing is trigonometry. For example, you know that if you have a right angle triangle and hypotenuse is required, so c square is equals to a square plus b square. So x square is equals to, I'm just writing down directly. Okay, first of all, I'm writing down like this, 3 square plus 5 square, then x equals to square root of 3 square plus 5 square. So what do in your calculator? Just press this and then write down 3 square plus 5 square and then equals, you get this answer, which is 33.37 and 38. Okay, always we write down the sides for 3 significant figures and angles for 1 decimal place. For example, in the same question, this angle is required, this one angle is required. So obviously this is your adjacent side and it is your opposite side, so tan is applicable. So tan theta is equals to TOA, okay, O over A. So O over A means 3 over 5. So theta is equals to tan inverse 3 over 5. What do in your calculator? You tan inverse, so shift and then tan. Okay, and then you press this in numerator denominator, 3 upon and 5, and go up and close the bracket and then press equals, that is 30.96, or you can write down the 40 degree over there. Okay, or 40.0. okay, because angles we write down to 1 decimal place. Okay. And then the next thing is whenever you have the sine rule or cosine rule, how do you find your answer directly? So it happens in cosine rule, there are too many brackets when you solve. This is the thing I'm telling you. So I'm just writing down a question over there. For example, in this question, 2 sides are there and these are the, and its angle is also there, which is the included angle. In this condition, we apply the cosine rule. A square is equals to b square plus c square minus 2bc cos of a. All right, so I took in the square root. Then what do? You press square root and then 3 square plus 5 square minus 2, 3 and 5 cos of 50 degree, cos of 50 degree, and then you just bracket close and equal sign. So you are getting 3.836. For 3 significant figure, it is 3.84 centimeters or meters, whatever the unit is given. All right, so we have discussed so many things here. We discussed in this about, I just show you. First of all, I told you how to reset the calculator, different things, how to reset the calculator, then prime factors, in the index form, how to get the number, angle unit, how to fix, rounding of number, and then in your standard forms and in your fixing the numbers to some decimal places, linear equations, how to solve directly, and solution of simultaneous equations, solution of quadratic, solution of cubic, quadratic inequality, finding time, hours, minutes and second, table for the graph, how to confirm answer the gradient at some point, and that is very useful because you will get the full marks. If you have the right answer, you can fix your mistake also, and the trigonometry also. So just remember the how to put the brackets. Sometimes you have to put more brackets in the question as well, so this way you will have to remember. So this is not only like you just find your all the answers with the calculator and writing down your answer directly. You will not get the marks for that. This is just for check. All right, so remember and solve all the questions with the full steps, then you get the full marks. In the last, you can check your work in just in less time. All right, okay, I hope you understood this video. So please like, share and subscribe. Till then, okay, bye.